What's up? It's your boy Carcino live in effect. And y'all asked me for it. Y'all said what happened to it. And I said, well, y'all wasn't supporting it. And when y'all stopped supporting stuff, I stopped making them. So if y'all start supporting the hip hop top fives, I'll bring them right back. So y'all been asking for it, so I brought it back. This is the hip hop top 5 best female rap albums of all time. Period. I have spoken. So now we move forward. And we think about some of the best albums from female. It's almost harder to do for me than the males. Even though it's a vast majority for the males, females, it's so really hard to decipher. Because some of the styles and some of the records are the same, and it wasn't that many to really put in a bunch or a group. But right off the bat, I say at number 5, we have Boss with Deeper. You know, that to me, well, it's Born Gangsters, but Deeper was the original name of the album, and they changed it to Born Gangsters because Deeper was the lead song off the track. Boss, Born Gangsters was the biggest and surprise hit of 1993. AMG success, you know, with the party style rap album. He had that song, My Sister Is a Bitch. And they loved Boss on that song. And DJ Quick was the one that discovered her when he was in Detroit doing the show. And they had the Jack the Rapper thing going on. So it was a whole lot of stuff happening during those times. And, you know, Russell Simmons heard her and was like, I've never heard a female this strong of a voice, you know, spitting as tough as she was. And they was like, man, this Born Gangsters, this Boss, it was hard and deeper, deeper and deeper. It was just raw. And it was, you know, coincidentally, the same sample they used for Compton's Most Wanted with the Hood That Took Me Under, which was, you know, led to a little friction there too. But we won't go into that right now. This ain't what this is about. But you got songs on there that was produced by Eric Sermon, MC Serch, you know, Def Jeff did most of the production, but Recipe of a Hoe, you know, Catch a Bad One, Born Gangsters, Process of Elimination. I mean, that was a monster album, and a lot of people slept on it or just forgot. But I bet you a lot of people, now that I brought it up, be like, oh yeah, Boss. Man, I forgot about that CD. That was top 5 right there, period. Born Gangsters. So if you had the CD, you know what I'm talking about already. Now, going into number 4 is one that'll probably shock a lot of people. Because it's not something that, you know, that would fit on a person's list, or it was kind of slept on and wasn't as, you know, as popular as, let me see, how could I put this? It was kind of a weird record. Look, I'm going to tell you right now. I like Salt and Pepper's Black Magic album better than any other record they've made. Salt and Pepper's Black Magic, the Let's Talk About Sex is probably the only commercialized song on there. Do You Want Me? I mean, Doper Than Dope, Expressions. a lot of people thought all those songs was on the Very Necessary album. It wasn't. This was the lead of feminism right here. This album was showing everybody. It was so big in the UK as well as in the United States. But You Want Me, You Show Me. Oh man, this album was crucial to the success of Very Necessary. This took Salt and Pepper to a new plateau. And they were the leads of feminism, education about women, period. And safe sex. That time we had to start talking about HIV and all that stuff. Be protecting yourself. This album was their best work. Not Very Necessary. That was their best commercial work. But this had both lyrics, lyrically, the songs, and the message. I thought the album cover was pretty lame. You know, like, but Black Magic. Because for some reason they couldn't use Black Magic for some, I don't know why, but I'm going to tell you that at number 4, that was probably the best surprise I've ever seen from a rap album. You know, I was like, oh, Salt and Pepper ought to be pretty cool. Black's Magic, man. We kept playing Black's Magic like back to back. And that was in the 90s. Like, man, bring that back. Let's play some Black's Magic. Salt and Pepper. Black's Magic is number 4 on the list. Now, number 3 is a surprise for a lot of people. Number 3 on the list is Super Duper Fly by yours truly, Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott changed the game when she came in with Super Duper Fly. It was a more of an R&B-ish type hip-hop dance album. The beats was something different. It was strange, but the videos is what sold the album. Just by seeing the difference in the videos, it crossed rap over into an alternative type of music, where before rap had never reached that plateau before. But here it's reaching a plateau of alternative music, and her core audience were more Asian than any time in hip hop history since the Wu-Tang. I think no one has seen the more Asian population pick up like hers is big in Korea, China. Everybody loved Missy. The artwork and all her videos and stuff, it drew people to the music. And you seen these little groups, the skateboarders, everybody had Missy's music. And it was worldwide felt, and she was a phenomenon for it. And shouts out to Puffy for giving her that opportunity to shine and seeing the potential and saying, you know what, let me give her a shot and want her to get on my record, which really launched her into going into her own, producing her own album and coming out with it. That one feature of Missy on that song, due to Puffy, she was just going to be a producer and sit back and just produce. She just has so much creativity in her, and it led to some of the greatest songs you ever wanted to hear from a production standpoint by Timbaland, and delivery from an artist. Like the Rain one was dope, and then the whole the song with Genuine, the Friendly Skies is dope. The Izzy Ah. You know, everything. I'm talking. You know, they don't want to F with me. You know, it's crazy because, if we look at the album altogether, the promotional drive, everything around it, from being the way she wasn't your typical hot rap artist. You know, this is somebody they didn't really want to promote. She was on the Raven Simone song that she wrote for Raven Simone, little Raven Simone from the Cosby Show. They took Missy out of the video, shot a video, didn't even tell Missy, and had some other woman in there singing or lip syncing Missy's verse. And they were like, who is this woman? That's the biggest insult you can do to an artist. And there this person is, and she's a light-skinned girl with curly hair. She's in there lip syncing Missy's words. And the studio felt that Missy wasn't the right fit for the video, even though it was her song, because she didn't have the look per se. So to deal with that nonsense and to still come out, do your thing, and make people look past all that and just see the talent is amazing. So the album's dope. It's super duper fly. And number 2 is Lil Kim's Hardcore. Lil Kim Hardcore is by far one of the greatest accomplishments in female rap history, as far as just being the first full sex-oriented female album I've ever seen from an abrasive standpoint, mostly because it was all written by Big, but it was how they wanted to portray Kim. Kim was tomboyish. She wasn't how she is on the cover. She wasn't the one that wore the mean coats and the designer shoes. And that was a persona that wasn't Lil Kim. She worked in a department store that sold most of this stuff, but she mostly her raps were like the dudes, you know, pulling gats and coming back. I'ma bust your head. She was a freestyler, and what she wrote was more the tough stuff, you know. And Big was like, look, that's cool and fine, but that's dope, but you know, women buying your records, they need to hear stuff that you gonna buy me this, you gonna buy me that, I need this, Nirvana and Devocha and all these labels, Versace, the mink coats. She had to be the sex appeal. And that's what the girls was going to relate to. And the album cover alone was like, whoa. Guys looked at Lil Kim like, man, I want to hit that. And the women listened to it like, that's right, Kim, get that money. And it had everything that, from a marketing appeal that's like, oh my gosh, they're crossing the line. But the actual record, the songs, was so creative and so abrasive that you had to honor it. It's like, look, the lyrics is fire and the beats is woo. Queen Bee, I'ma stay that. No Time, Drugs. I mean, man, every song on there, or you can go all through the songs. It's not a song on there that's whack. And a lot of changes was made to this album. Like, they had to rush to try to make edits before they put it out, because Tupac got killed or died, like, I'm saying about like 2 weeks. They was getting ready to push the disc out and get it, you know, out to the stores. Tupac passed away. They had to make edits. Like, oh, wait a minute now. Tupac died in September. The record was ready to go out and roll. And they's like, no, we got to make some edits to this. And they took Jay-Z and put Jay-Z on the first song, took out one of Kim's verses. and threw Jay-Z on the track, and they took out one of Biggie verses for the last song with the Junior Mafia. And hey, that was number 2. But let's go through some honorable mentions. Bahamadia, was that the college album? I mean, that's easily like number 6 on my list. I rank that higher than the Raw Digger album. Dirty Harriet, I mean, it's up there. It's right there next to it. All that's like in the top 10. If I had a top 10, you would have seen Raw Digger. You would have seen Shawana album. You would have seen, I think, who else album that I'm missing? Miseducation of Lauryn Hill definitely would have been on the list. MC Lyte, Paper Thin would have been on the list. Right now I'm stuck. There's a lot of female albums out there. I mean, a couple more Missy albums would have definitely been up there as well. You know, no saying that you can't have another album up there. The Notorious K.I.M. album, Nicki Minaj's first album. You know, so I'm trying to think, who else am I missing out here? I don't know. We'll cover that at another time. But number 1, what I said, number 1 to me was a deadlock from when I started the list. I always knew it was the greatest female album ever, and nothing has topped it since. And I thought maybe something would come along one day and surpass this album. But when you go back and listen to it, there's no way in the world, no female record has ever surpassed Eyes on This. MC Lyte, Eyes on This is hands down the greatest female album ever made. Period. Eyes on This is one of the best rap albums ever made. Top 50. Definitely. Cha 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 came out and we was, whoa, what is this? MC Lyte is back and better than ever. Oh my God. This album, 10% this. I used to be in love, but only with a man. Oh my God. You make love while he makes deals. Every beat is incredible. Top-notch production. Everybody who contributed on that album, thank you. Because some of those beats are being recycled now and used. And some of the lines that were used in MC Lyte's rhymes on this is being used in today's times. Like, people are borrowing lines from that and bringing them into today's world. The delivery, MC Lyte already had great delivery, great voice. She was a freestyler. Most people, when they freestyle, if you give them the right material, they could destroy you. You know, they can come out and lace stuff a lot better than a lot of people, you know, would know. But Stop, Look, Listen, that's my song. Boom, 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 boom. Stop, look, listen. Boom, boom, boom. Slave to the Rhythm. The song I didn't like that much was Cappuccino. That was the only song. Everybody loved this song. Why, oh, why did I try Cappuccino? Cappuccino. I'm like, oh, this song is on my nerves. Everybody like, you don't like Cappuccino? I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get behind it. But Eyes on This made everybody look at MC Lyte in a whole different avenue. Like, she was not looked at as a female rapper. She was looked at as a rapper. MC Lyte, that was it. They didn't care she was a woman. The album was dope. That's all you knew about. Audio 2, Pooba, Marley on the beats. I'm saying, look, Rhyme Hangover, oh man. Survival of the Fittest. Survival of the Fittest. And then, of course, you know, that led to Survival of the Illest. You know. But MC Lyte, man, throwing words at you. Oh my gosh. Let me go play this right now. I can't even do this no more. I'm sorry, we gotta cut this off. I'm done.